In the quiet heart of the wetlands, where tall reeds sway beneath the silver light of the moon, a fishing cat waits without making a sound. The water moves gently around him, carrying ripples through the dark shallows, but he remains perfectly still, as if he has become part of the marsh itself. His patience is not weakness. It is wisdom born from a life spent listening more than chasing. Tonight, as the fire crackles softly beside us, let us leave behind the noise of the modern world and step into the hidden life of this quiet hunter. In the slow-breathing rhythm of the wetland, where frogs sing beneath drifting mist and water reflects the stars like shattered glass, the fishing cat teaches us something most people have forgotten. Peace does not come from controlling the world. It comes from learning how to move gently within it. The fishing cat has never cared for speed. He does not race across open fields like a cheetah, nor does he roar his presence into the night like larger predators. Instead, he survives through silence. Every movement is careful. Every step is measured. Even the water beneath his paws barely notices he is there. As a young cub, he learned quickly that the wetlands reward those who are willing to wait. The riverbanks are unpredictable places. Water levels rise without warning. Storms reshape entire stretches of land overnight. Fish vanish. New scents drift in from unfamiliar territories. Yet through all of this uncertainty, the fishing cat remains calm. He watches. He listens. He adapts. Hours may pass before he finally moves. Sometimes he stands beside the water so long that dragonflies land near him without fear. The reeds bend with the wind around his body while the moon slowly climbs higher into the sky. To another creature, such stillness might feel unbearable. But for the fishing cat, stillness is where life reveals itself. Beneath the surface of the water, tiny vibrations travel outward. A fish shifts through mud. A frog breaks the tension of the current. The fishing cat notices everything. Then, in a single perfect instant, he strikes. Not with violence. Not with rage. Simply with certainty. The wetlands have taught him that survival is less about force and more about timing. This lesson has shaped every part of who he is. When heavy rains flood the marshlands, he does not panic. He retreats deeper into the reeds and waits for the waters to settle. When larger predators wander too close, he slips away into hidden channels where shadows protect him. He understands something humans often forget. Not every battle must be fought. Sometimes the wisest choice is simply to protect your peace. Night after night, the fishing cat wanders through a world built from quiet details. The cool touch of mud beneath his paws. The distant sound of insects humming in the dark. The reflection of pale moonlight trembling across black water. His life may appear lonely to outsiders, but it is not empty. The wetland is always speaking to him. And slowly, if we are willing to listen, it begins speaking to us too. Many people spend their lives chasing larger and larger dreams, believing happiness exists somewhere far ahead of them. But the fishing cat asks a different question. What if peace has been beside you the entire time? What if the answer was never hidden in speed, achievement, or endless movement? What if it was waiting quietly in the spaces between moments? The fishing cat does not need the world to notice him. He does not measure his worth through attention or applause. The reeds do not praise him for surviving another night. The river does not reward him for his patience. Yet he continues forward with quiet dignity, completely at home within his own rhythm. There is something deeply comforting about that. In a world that constantly demands more from us, the fishing cat survives by wanting less. A safe stretch of water. A quiet place to rest. Enough food to greet another dawn. His needs are simple, and because of that simplicity, his spirit remains light. Even during the coldest nights, when mist settles low across the marsh and darkness swallows the horizon, he never appears truly afraid. He curls beside the reeds, his breathing slow and steady, trusting the wetland that raised him. The world around him may change endlessly, but he knows how to remain grounded within himself. Perhaps that is why watching him feels almost healing. He reminds us that exhaustion often comes from carrying too much. Too many worries. Too many expectations. Too many voices demanding our attention all at once. The fishing cat survives because he narrows his focus to what truly matters. The next step. The next breath. The gentle movement of water beneath the moon. And maybe we can learn from that. Maybe peace is not something we must travel across the world to find. Maybe it begins the moment we allow ourselves to slow down. The moment we stop fighting every current. The moment we sit quietly enough to hear our own inner world again. As midnight deepens over the wetlands, the fishing cat disappears once more into the tall grass. His body melts into the shadows until only faint ripples remain across the water's surface. There is no grand farewell. No dramatic ending. Only silence returning to silence. Yet somehow, his absence leaves warmth behind. Tonight, if your thoughts feel heavy and sleep seems far away, imagine yourself beside that quiet marsh. Imagine cool night air brushing gently against your skin. Imagine the soft sound of water moving through reeds beneath the moonlight. And somewhere nearby, hidden within the silver shadows, the fishing cat waits peacefully, asking nothing from the world except the right to exist quietly within it. Let the noise drift away. Let the rushing thoughts sink slowly beneath the water. And like the fishing cat resting safely within the breathing wetlands, allow yourself to soften, to loosen your grip on the day, and finally drift into a deep and peaceful sleep.